Today we're going to be collecting every ability item in Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy as fast as we can. Let's go! Alright, we are finally in Heliopolis, and we have already collected 2 abilities out of the 15 that we need to collect. So we have the Sword of Osiris, and we have the Shield of Osiris. Those are 2 ability items that we need to collect. We now have 13 remaining. So the next one that we are going to get is the Capture Beetles. As usual, we are going to sword dive through to Bedouin Outpost, grab the Capture Beetles, and then head over to Mummy 1 in order to get the Wings of Ibis, which will allow us to double jump. However, before we get the Wings of Ibis, we are also going to collect the crocodile scales on the way there. So that's our scarab sport. We're now going to head over to the crocodile scales, make sure we don't forget those. So after we've grabbed the Wings of Ibis, we're then going to go and get the blowpipe from Anubis Tower. Then we need to go and see Anubis to not only get some stones to release the farmers in order to get a lot of money quickly, but we actually also need the Capture Beetle pouch, which by going to Bedouin Outpost and buying Capture Beetles, you're able to use the Capture Beetles and get more, but you don't actually have the beetle pouch item, which is one of the required items we need. There we go, we've got the crocodile scales. We don't really need these to go faster, but they are quite nice to have. One thing I'm unsure of is whether you go faster underwater with the crocodile scales, or whether you go faster by just swimming fast on the water's surface. That might be something we need to test out at some point. All right, here we go. Entering the first mummy level. We also need to do a total of 4 different mummy levels throughout this run. And that's because you need to do 4 mummy levels to be able to get the parasol from the museum in order to get the large scarab bag from the bird in Bedouin Outpost. And that'll allow us to have enough scarabs on us at one time to buy both the beetle satchel and the dart belt. This may be the first time I ever buy the dart belt. I don't think I've ever bought it before. In fact, both the beetle satchel and the dart belt are possibly items that I've never bought before, because personally I don't know, I just don't find them particularly useful. You never seem to really run out of darts or capture beetles that often. And even if you do, you're never going to be too far away from somewhere you can get some more. So here's our first jewel that we need. We need 4 different jewels to hand into the jewel collector in order to get the parasol. So you don't necessarily need the first 4 jewels, which is very good because Mummy 3, the 3rd mummy level, takes a really long time. There's not really any way to speed it up, so we'd rather not do that one. Another option was the 5th mummy level, which is actually the fastest mummy level, I believe. I think you can do it in about 3 minutes. But you would need to not only defeat Geb Queen to get the white stone for the Cursed Palace, but in order to get that white stone, you also need to have the Abydos crown. So we'd have to defeat Apocalypse as well, which in this run isn't really worth it. There may be faster routes than the one I've chosen. If there is, by all means, give it a go and let me know how you do. I would be more than happy for other people to give this a go. For this run, I'm predicting roughly around an hour and a half to 2 hours. I don't think it's going to be as long as the max health round. Right, that is the last bridge extended. Now all we need to do is go back on the water platform, hover across the unextended bridge, and grab the Earth Key. There we go, last bridge and the Earth Key collected. So now we can head back to the main room, grab the exit key, and launch ourselves to the exit. There we go, Earth Key is in place. Let's see if we can glitch through this door. I haven't been able to do it recently. There we go, look at that, beautiful. As soon as I say it. Right, there we go, Wings of Ibis. So, we're going to head back to the Cursed Palace using, I think, our 5 remaining scarabs. We do have 5 remaining scarabs, excellent. I'm going to swim underwater just because it's fun and bubbly. Cursed Palace, please. 2 more hits and capture. Okay, that is 1. We'll grab some more scarabs. I'm not sure exactly how many we need, but we do need a few for boating occasionally. Right, come here, you. Last one. Excellent. I don't usually do this, but I suppose we could capture these guys first. Because we need to capture them anyway. Then we can come up here, release one of them. And by that time, the armadillos will hopefully have respawned. Or at least one of them will. Perfect timing. We can grab you for our third and final armadillo. And put the glyph key just in time. So coming up on our next ability is the blowpipe. Blue, yellow, red, blue, red, green. There we go, blowpipe acquired. Now, we do need to go and see Anubis, so we can't just drop straight down. Now, this trick coming up is rather difficult, but I believe we can get it first try. Just dodge these guys. And we're going to stand up here. Now, we've got to hover down. Oh, first try, beautiful. So you get hit on the spikes there, and it essentially resets your jump counter, I suppose, or just resets your jump. So as soon as you get hit, you can then jump and then double jump again. The one thing you've got to avoid is hitting the spikes too many times or getting too low down that you can't jump back up onto the platform. Right, so Anubis gives us the capture beetles and the beetle pouch. So that's another one of our abilities. We then get these stones to release both the farmer and the scribe, which we need the scribe for the Book of the Dead so that we can get to the second mummy level. And although this bridge isn't extended, we can just hover all the way back down. There we go. I'm not sure we need another armadillo. I think we'll just leave it. So that's the Darkstone of Invisibility. I was tempted to grab some more scarabs. I think we'll be okay though. Although I realize we do need to boat to Abydos at some point, which costs 25 scarabs, which is exactly what we have. So we may need a few more. Right, so now we've got the cursed stones. We are going to go and release the farmer, release the scribe, go and blow up those Eye of Ra posts, and then do the second mummy level. Let's see if there are some, oh, beautiful scarabs in here, which means I think there might be some red ones in this side. Oh, this is a blue one, perfect. There we go, we have released the farmer. All we need to do now, go to the other side and release the scribe. There we go, scribe released. We now have the Book of the Dead. Now, something that I found quite surprising was an item that isn't actually in the ability item section of the Book of Sphinx. And that is the Zipline Handle. I would have assumed the Zipline Handle would be an ability item, but apparently it's counted as a quest item instead. Okay, so we block our way up here again, and now we need to blow up these Eye of Ra posts. So I believe we need about 8 slim burbles. I think there are 6 posts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So maybe we'll grab 7. Right, there we go. There's all the slim burbles we need, so we'll start by blowing up this post. Leave that to do its job. We will blow up these rocks next. And so far we're making pretty good time. I'm rather impressed. Excellent, we've blown up all of the posts. Now we can go back and see the farmers. Okay, here we go, second mummy level. This one is very fast, thankfully. It's usually just the entrance can take a little while to get through, to get past the watching eyes. Oh, well, that was a good start. Got a little overconfident there. I've got to say, I definitely pressed the button. I'm not making excuses, but I'm going to blame the controller on that one. There we go, finally made it past. Now this one should be slightly easier. I said, let's try that again. For me, I think the best way I've found to get past these eyes, wait till they're facing the other direction, go up close to them, and go just slightly past them before you turn invisible. Then when they're facing the other direction, just run straight. We also don't need to collect any onyx scarabs at all during this run, so we can completely ignore those. What we want to do with the first mummy is take him straight over to the rising pillars at the end of the level. That way we can just focus on the order we press the buttons to raise these pillars, rather than moving the mummy each time. Next we're going to go flat mummy, paper mummy, and if we're lucky, we will be on a good fan cycle that we can just run straight through. Yes, perfect. Just about. So step on this button. That raises the first mummy up. Switch back to him, jump on this platform, and then we can switch to the final mummy, who we will go and set on fire. So we should actually be able to glitch out of this cage by standing on the back of this. Nope, didn't work that time. Not to worry. 1, 2, and the third one does 3, and we can go past it. So as you can see, second mummy level is a very quick one. There we go. Stand on the button, raise us up, and there we go. We have the Atun statue, which we don't actually need, but we will be using. We're going to talk to you so we can dig a hole. And let's see, we're going to dig in spot number 16. Hole number 16 is the one right at the end of the farm, I believe. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, right in this one. Perfect. Now, we are actually going to go back to the palace and fight the Pharaoh Spider. Right, I struggled with this a little last time when I was doing the no double jump run. Let's see if we have better luck this time. Right, that looks pretty good. See if we can find the loading zone. Nice. Okay, we're outside of the arena. Perfect. We don't want to be inside because we get soft locked. Here we go. Let's hope we get a smooth Pharaoh fight. Nice, we want to be close enough so that we hit that third swing, but not too close that we hit the first 2. Perfect, so that is 4 out of 5 damage on the Pharaoh Spider already. Now we're going to get hit so that he stops doing that attack, that swinging attack, and goes straight into another ground slam. This causes more boulders to fall. Almost got hit there, but we just need to do 1 more damage. There we go, Pharaoh Spider complete. And don't do anything. We just go straight into the 6th mummy level. So mummy 6 is a fairly fast level as well. I think it's roughly about 7 minutes long. Right, so that's another stolen jewel we've collected. Brings us up to 3 stolen jewels. Let's drop these down. We just need to make sure that we don't fall off these. Very nice. Don't need any onyx scarabs, so we can just run straight across the lava. Now, just take your time with this one. No point trying to rush through it. Or predict the lasers. If you try and predict the lasers, it usually takes a lot longer than you'd like. Okay. Get electrocuted, and we're going to do a nice little hover down here. I can't resist a nice little hover. So we're going to get electrocuted again. And we're going to hover off this bridge. And usually, you would sneak round the corner of this next room, and you'd have to burn those boxes to the top left first, so you can sneak past. But we just hover straight across, and we can run and electrocute this thing to turn the power on. All we need to do now is get electrocuted again, turn the power on in the next room for the fan, get flattened, and make our way essentially to the end. We do get turned into Smoke Mummy, but only for a brief moment. There we go, last time of being electrocuted. Make sure we don't get flattened by these doors. Good, perfect timing. We're going to hover off the bridge there because you can't grab the sides of that bridge. So we're able to hover off it, hover around without having to hop on those platforms. And finally, we're going to grab this ladder, pull this lever, which allows us to get through with Paper Mummy. So now we just hover across gently. I love the sound the mummy makes. I think I'd probably be making the same sound if I was also squished and being blown upwards by a fan. Ooh. Right, so we just wait around in this room, which I think is meant to be a trap. It's not a brilliant trap. You have to first turn it on, then walk into the room with the giant ominous cauldron in the middle, and then wait about 5 seconds before it finally traps you in and disintegrates you. It's no wonder it's all the way out here. It's useless. This one is all about just having a bit of patience. There's not really any way to speed this up, unfortunately. We've just hit an hour of playtime. So it's looking pretty good for my estimate of an hour and a half to 2 hours. There we go. So where do we go now? We go and do Lost Temple. That's what we do. Right, so we're going to swim over to this rock. Now, let's see if I can remember exactly where the... I think I can see it there. There's a little spot which directs us towards it so we don't move too much when we're swimming. I think we've missed it there. Maybe our camera's slightly pointing the wrong direction. I think that might be it. Nope, too high that time. Try a couple more times. If we don't get it, we'll go around the other way. Okay, never mind. Maybe I'm doing it in the wrong spot, but nothing to worry about. We'll just go around the long way. So we'll just do the sword dive again to get back into Bedouin Outpost and then run to Lost Temple. Perfect sword dive. Excellent. That's what we want to see. Okay, outside Bedouin Outpost, we can now run all the way to Lost Temple, grab the acid darts from outside, which will be another one of our abilities we've been needing to collect, and then we can head into Lost Temple. So we'll try the fast way of getting in. Very nice. Nicely done. And the hover is still going. Excellent, which means we can hover straight into the loading zone, which is a lot faster than doing the swim glitch we usually try. Alright, time for Lost Temple. I am going to save. I'm going to be on the safe side and hit this with a save. We also need to come over here anyway to grab one piece of the Rosetta Stone. We do have 65 scarabs, which should be plenty for the rest of the run, so we don't need to worry too much about collecting scarabs anymore. Okay, we're going to do left side first, make our way across. Thankfully, we don't need to capture any monsters in here or really grab any of the glyph keys. All we need are the Rosetta Stone pieces. Right, that is 2 skeletons down. On to the next 2. Oh, I think we ducked under that one. It's coming back though. There we go, just missed it. Right, that is the 4 skeletons down. Now we just need to remember how a human body works. So we've got the skull. Next down from the skull we have the arm, got the pelvis, and we've got the leg. Head, shoulders, knees and toes. Knees and toes. Right, so after fighting those 4 skeletons, we're going to make our way up these platforms, avoid the Dark Worshippers. We want nothing to do with those, and all we need to do is grab the Rosetta Stone piece out of here. Since we have to do Uruk Temple anyway to get the bouncing darts, there is no point in grabbing any glyph keys to skip Uruk Temple. So what we're going to do is just hover down here. There we go, piece number 3. Alright, from here, I think the best thing to do is to head into the final room. That should spawn us up here. Yep, there we go. And we can run into the final room and start the fight. So this will give us our 4th piece of the Rosetta Stone. Right, that is the first wave done. Now we fight the 2 knives cats. Oh, almost hit that one. Excellent, both at once. Now we want to lure one of these bulls over to us at a time. We don't want to be fighting them both at once. You fool, never turn your back to me because you can't turn around again. Not if I don't finish my combo. Oh yeah, you're doing the swinging attack still. Whoa! What were you doing? Oh, come on, that's cheating. Not sure what was going on there. Excellent. Okay, we do need to grab this just to let us out. Oh, slightly off. There we go, we made it. Right, and now we do the same thing to get over to the next platform. Very nice, and now we just do this final side. Right, that's you dead. Excellent. Do you drop any health for me? No health for me? Okay, no worries. No health for me. We're on 2 1/3. That should be enough. Hopefully we'll get some from the sharp beaks. If we're lucky. Right, pull the lever. There is some health there. See if we can get that before it disappears. See, just don't finish your combo and the enemies can almost never attack you. Oh, nope, you're not going to hit me. Never mind. We now have all 6 pieces of the Rosetta Stone. Right, we don't even need to fight those guys. Let me check. We do have all 6 pieces. Excellent. Now, we just head out. And that will allow us to get our next ability, the Underwater Projectile. Perfect. Underwater Projectile. There we go. So we only have, I believe, 6 more abilities left to get. I think they should have finished digging. You know what, I'm gonna send them on their way if we... There we go, right. So that'll send them back to their house, and next time we come by, we only have to go and speak to them in their house to pick up our scarabs. Right, there we go, we've got the Rosetta Stone. So, read that one. We are going to read the one by the half-brute next, which actually, now I think about it, I've slightly miscalculated money-wise. We should be fine. I had a plan that I forgot about, and we're going to do part of it now. Hopefully this will make sense later. Right, there we go. We can fly up that with our super speed, grab the key to the gate, and read our second obelisk. There is our third obelisk over there. We do need another fire armadillo at some point. That's fine. That's fine. We can get one from Great Wall 3. Yes, we can get one from Great Wall 3. 500 scarabs. Excellent. So that brings us up to 400. There we go. Plot number 10 chosen. So before we grab the... Oh, actually, no, we'll do this first. We'll go and... go up here, grab the obelisk, and then we'll put in the Atun statue so we can get around to the final obelisk. Now, I have also realized we definitely should have captured one of the almost bulls. So that is a mistake on my part. We may have to go back to Lost Temple to get one, or there may be some other faster way that we can get what I'm looking for. Trying to think. We should have also spoken to the boatman at Bedouin Outpost. We'll do that when we get back there. Here we go, we've got the Hathor statue. And one quick thing we need to do before we forget, which I suppose we've already forgotten to do, is speak to you, but don't boat anywhere. So that will allow us to boat back to Bedouin Outpost when we need to. Now, it's time to go and get the Hands of Amun, another ability item. And we get that by doing the 4th mummy level. Alright, mummy number 4, here we go. Alright, we know this one very well. It's pretty quick. I think it's one of the, maybe second, no, it's probably more like the 3rd fastest, I think. So we'll place one mummy just before the elevator, put the other 2 mummies on the buttons, and then run the first mummy onto the elevator. Now, as the elevator gets to the top, we're going to pull the lever, switch to one of the other mummies, run onto the platform, and then switch to the other mummy, jump him onto the platform as it's going up, jump him off at the top, switch to the other mummy on the elevator, and jump him off as well. And you can do it all in pretty much one cycle. Now we just need to step on the buttons to open the gates to the jewel. There we go, the gates are open. Switch back to the final mummy. Who are we going to set on fire? Hover to the end of the level, solve the puzzle, and that'll be mummy 4 finished. And our final jewel collected. There we go, that's our final jewel collected. All we need to do now, pull this lever so we can get out here, and we can hover all the way across where these bridges were and solve the puzzle. Top right, bottom, and finally the left one. There we go. So that's our jewel back. We're now going to go and fix the mistake that I made. So we're going to glitch back into Lost Temple. You know what, we'll find another way. What my plan was to capture all of the monsters in the first monster list so that we could then hand in that monster list to get 100 scarabs. You know, easy 100 scarabs. But I forgot to pick up an almost a bull. We can get the fire armadillo, and we got the half brute and the mummy worm. We could get those fairly easily from Great Wall 3. But I forgot to pick up the almost a bull, which doesn't really respawn anywhere. So there's a slight issue. I've also realized we don't have the zipline handle. Okay, back we go. In that case, we need to go to Sunshine Island, and it's now at an hour and a half of game time. So we'll go to Sunshine Island, and we will warp back to Ibis. So we're going to come up here and warp all the way back to Ibis. I was going to get the zipline. I don't think we need it anymore. So we're on 361 scarabs. We need another roughly 90 scarabs for the beetle satchel. But that's fine. We're not going to be getting it yet. Yes, I have jewels. Okay, thank you. We don't need that. We do need this. Thank you very much. So instead of boating to Ibis, I think we're just going to walk back to... So we can't. Oh, I should have thought about that. Yeah, we've only got Mysterious Amulet and Ibis Amulet. Okay. I always forget that you need to actually do a task to collect the amulet for Sunshine Island. I very rarely get it. Alright, take me back to Heliopolis. Right, we're now going to boat to Bedouin Outpost, because we're going to quickly grab the large scarab bag here. There we go, we have the large scarab bag. I'm going to pick up some more scarabs over here quickly, because I am slightly concerned we may not end up with enough. This says, I think my route is slightly wrong. This says boat to Cursed Palace, but we don't want to do that yet. Right now, we want to go to Great Wall 3 is our next task. Okay, so we're going to come down here. We need the beetle breeding jar. So we can do this nice little swim glitch here, which I actually haven't really tried with the crocodile scales before, so maybe we'll just keep it to... There we go, keep it to normal swimming. Swim outside here, all the way up to the top, over the water's edge. Oh, we didn't double jump fast enough. That is unfortunate. Swim straight over the water and double jump back onto the platform. There we go. That gives us the beetle breeding jar, which will allow us to get the loyalty card to halve the price of the beetle satchel. And we'll use the same glitch to get into Great Wall 3. Of course, we do have the Hands of a Moon now, which would make it possible for us to get in normally, but it's still slower than just glitching in. So first things first, we do need the ice darts. I may grab you anyway, just in case. Blue, yellow, red, green, blue, green. There we go. I think we stood on his head for a moment there. So we have the ice darts. That's another ability checked off our list. Now we need to get into Urk Island. There we go. Okay, so that works. So now we've glitched out of bounds. We're going to swim under all of these torrents of water. Wait until we hear some enemies. That's our sign to dive down, or at least my sign to dive down. Exit the ground and then head over where the water starts. And double jump back onto solid ground. And finally, we enter Urk Islands. We are in the end game. We are very close to completing everything. Now, all we need from Urk Temple are the bouncing darts. However, we do have to complete the whole of Urk Temple in order to get out again. Don't need to do anything special in here. I don't know where that mummy worm was aiming, but we do need to remember to capture the mummy worm just in case we decide to go back into Lost Temple, grab an almost a bull in order to get the 100 scarabs from the monster list. I feel like currently it isn't worth it. I believe we can get an easier 100 scarabs from outside the Cursed Palace. There we go. And that's another ability item off our list. We now have the bouncing darts. So we're going to fire it roughly there. Oh, first try. I haven't seen that in a long time. I do remember, and I'm pretty sure I posted it to YouTube, a run that I did, which I think I lost 5 or 10 minutes on due to not being able to do the bouncy darts. But it seems I have found an almost consistent spot to aim in, which is very nice. There we go. So the final pattern, second last pattern, I suppose, has been revealed. Hover down here, pull the lever, and fall in lava to head back to the entrance pretty quickly. I will capture this mummy worm just in case. And we need to capture 4, technically 3 slim burbles. I like to get 4 just in case the final one doesn't work properly. And we have 1 pillar. We have 2 pillars. And we have the cracked stone panel. So that reveals the final code. We can head out of the room and input the last pattern. We don't even need to use the glyph key. We can head straight back across this platform when it comes back down. All we need now are the beetle satchel and the dart belt. I'm trying to think of a good way of doing this. I think, unfortunately, the best way is just to go back to Cursed Palace straight away, pick up the 100 scarabs, head back to Bedouin Outpost, buy the beetle satchel, head back to Cursed Palace, pick up the money from the farm, and then finally head back here to Heliopolis Point in order to get the dart belt. And that will be when we hit time. We are still under 2 hours. Okay, so we'll double jump up onto here. We'll grab, I'll grab a couple of these scarabs. I'm not sure if we entirely need them, but just in case we do, because we are going to be boating a few times back and forth. So there we have 100 scarabs, which brings us up to 487, which means we can finally buy the beetle satchel. Okay, here we go. We need to speak to this guy. Beetle breeding jar, give me back. Okay, we've got the loyalty card. And now we can buy this for 450 scarabs. So we're down to 32 gold scarabs, which should be plenty. What have you got for me? 600 scarabs. Beautiful. We're up to 627. And I think even the fastest way might just be to go through here rather than taking the boat back. And now we just need to run all the way to the shop down here. Dart belt. Time. We did it. All abilities collected in 1 hour and 51 minutes. We went slightly off route. That's always a bit of fun though. Always fun to go slightly off route and have to improvise. I hope you've enjoyed this. I really have. It's been great fun trying out all these different challenges. If you have any other challenges, please let me know down in the comments. Remember to like the video and subscribe if you did enjoy and want to see more videos. I will see you next time. See ya.